International organizations such as United Nations are almost irrelevant, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said during his recent appearance on American computer scientist Lex Fridman's podcast, where he shared his thoughts on global issues, his relationship with world leaders, and the importance of dialogue in resolving conflict. During the interview, PM Modi spoke on the state of international organizations like the United Nations, stating that they have become almost irrelevant due to the lack of reform. He emphasized that in today's world, some nations act without regard for laws, and these organizations are unable to stop them. Quote, "The international organizations that were created have become almost irrelevant. There is no reform in them," unquote, PM Modi said, highlighting the need for change. He also reflected on lessons from the COVID-19 pandemic, which exposed the vulnerabilities of nations across the world. Quote, "COVID-19 has exposed the limitations of all of us," unquote, Prime Minister Modi remarked, adding that the world seemed poised for a new world order, but instead the world disintegrated with increasing conflict. He called for a shift from conflict to cooperation, stressing that the world is interdependent and no country can go do it alone. In the podcast, Prime Minister Modi also discussed his relationship with US President Donald Trump. He praised Trump's unwavering dedication, as he called it, to America, recalling how Trump maintained his dedication even after surviving an assassination attempt during his rallying campaign for the 2024 election. Prime Minister Modi drew a parallel between Trump's America First ideology and his own India First approach, saying, and I quote, "These are things that truly resonate," unquote. He also recalled their shared moment during the Howdy Modi event in 2019, where Trump sat in the audience while PM Modi spoke. "That's his humility," PM Modi added. The Prime Minister also reflected on the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, reiterating India's stance that the war can only be resolved through dialogue. He said he has a close relationship with both Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, and would advise them to pursue diplomacy over war. Quote, "There will never be a resolution on the battlefield," unquote, he said. On relations with China, PM Modi emphasized the importance of strengthening ties between India and China, despite border conflicts. He mentioned that after the recent meetings with Chinese President Xi Jinping, conditions at the border are returning to normal. Quote, "Trust, enthusiasm, and energy will return," unquote, PM Modi said, expressing hope for a stable, cooperative relationship with China.